I spent $220,000 to spend a day with Alex Hormozi, and I've just landed in the US of A. There is the Hollywood sign right there. I'm going to take you with me over the next 3 days as we go from here to Vegas, spend the day with Alex. I'm going to give you the insights as to what I learned, what I spent $220,000 to actually do, whether it was worth it, and everything in between. So strap in, strap on, and let's fucking go.
It's going down.
This ain't no coffee from glory days in Bondi, bro. This is fucking shit.
It's going down. It's going down.
Depreciation daddy, they call me. Yeah, we are in Vegas, and it is not because I am a degenerate gambler or I enjoy going to clubs or strip clubs. Although I'm not a judgmental person, you can do that if you want. We are here with King Cucko behind the camera because I am spending a day with Alex Hormozi tomorrow. Been through all of his programs now. The initial $5,000 USD one I did 24 months ago. Then I went into his mastermind, which I think was 40,000 USD for the year. And this one is 135 USD, and essentially boardroom with Alex Hormozi. There's 9 other business owners plus myself. And hopefully we can work out what our constraint is inside of the business, and it'll take us to the next level. While we're here, we're obviously shooting a lot of ads because, I mean, look at this shit. Great for ads. And I've showed Cucko a little bit of the streets so he can see what's going on outside of Clavelli where he lives. And that's about it. Hey, Cucko. I want to understand what we should do at the top end of our business for all the people that we can't help with our full service. So I have some ideas that I'm going to shoot the fat, or what's it called? Shoot the shot. And then I found with most of these things, you get the majority of the value out of hearing other people ask questions that you didn't even think about. And then you're like, oh fuck, I can implement that into my own business. So, look at you or look at the camera. In total, I've spent about 350 grand or something. The reason I have spent that much money with Alex is because he is at the level that I want to get to. So it's much easier to spend that amount of money with someone who is at the level that you want to get to versus spending a lot more money than that indirectly through making the mistakes that someone else has already made. So when you can learn from someone who has been there and done it and is constantly doing it, you move much faster. So you're essentially paying for experience. That's what you're paying for. And then obviously the implementation is the bit that you have to do yourself. There it is. There's the acquisition.com HQ, bro. The reason I went this time, and I suppose what I was hoping to get out of the trip, was I had an idea that I thought was a good idea, and I took it to Alex and the team, and they didn't think it was a good idea. And it was all around changing the front end of our business and how we went to market for clients. And it was all the unknown. So obviously we only know so much, and there's so many things that we don't know. So when you're sitting in a room talking about business and lots of people's businesses, you pick up things and go, fuck, I didn't know that, and I can implement that. Or it sparks something in your brain and you can have an unlock. So that's the value that I get out of these things. Everyone who went there got like a sales handbook, and it was like an onboarding handbook that they hand to all of their salespeople when they start. And in that handbook, essentially had every single thing you would need as a salesperson. It had the philosophy behind why they sell and how they sell, what their first 2 weeks or 4 weeks would look like as a salesperson, all of the scripts, all of the dialogue, how to handle all the objections scripted out. And it just made me realize like the level that they play at in comparison to, what we play. It was like the onboarding process that they run for salespeople, I'm assuming runs through their organization. And when someone gets a handbook like that to start, you're essentially setting them up for success. So that was an example of getting exposure to something that other people are doing. And then I compare it to what we're doing and I'm like, fuck, I need to lift my game. Yeah, the big one is like creative volume, I suppose. That's what I got from this trip, which was like how many ads we were doing a day versus how much we need to be doing. And then I went to Hormozi last week. I produced maybe 20 to 30 ads per week, which is more than anyone in our niche. We spend about $30,000 a day on ads. So about $1 million a month. And he goes, how many ads you produce? And I was like, oh, fuck, maybe like 20 to 40 a week on average. He's like, dude, you need to produce 200 a week. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like if you're spending
$1,000 a day, you need a new ad for every $1,000 of ad spend per day. You get this perspective of like how much volume you have to do of the thing and like the content that they produce in comparison to what we produce.
So that's that sheer volume, that 10x of volume. It's not revolutionary, but it can be revolutionary for your business if you implement it. So that's probably one of those things. A new idea was, instead of doing a new front-end offer, which was going to be around accounting and tax, as you know, the vast majority of our clients need, use that as a back-end offer. So essentially, when clients come in, it's a service that clients can use versus going to market with, this is how you structure things, this is how to be tax effective, and then moving them into our current offer. Thinking about what is the fear, or what is the thing that holds most people back, or the objection that holds them back, and trying to craft an offer around that thing if you can control that objection or outcome, and putting the risk back on you as the business owner versus the customer.
If you can understand what their dream outcome is, like I said, for our clients, their dream outcome is to make sure they buy properties that don't cost the money, and to make sure that they can grow a large portfolio.
People are the most important thing by far. Without the right people, you haven't got a very successful business. So that's a really big one. You've just got to, I think, be relentless about the culture of your organization. And then if people aren't cutting the mustard, you need to replace those people with A players. Like, that's something that they are relentless about. They're constantly recycling the lowest, probably 20% of their team, and replacing with new people, because every time I've gone there, I've met new people in those roles. So the thing that we've already implemented is the volume of ads and the volume of content that we're putting out, crafting new offers, and also the back end accounting thing, which is in the works. So they're the big implementations we'll make, and they take time, especially to get them right. When you get around businesses that are much bigger in a similar style niche, like they're obviously in business advisory, we're in property investment advisory, and it just gives you context on how other companies that are much bigger than you do it much better than you. So implementing what we've learned, and obviously having a vision as to how good we can get. The only reason someone would be watching this, and the only reason someone would be watching Alex, is because of how good his marketing is, right? He's built a big brand, and that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, I think that's a big thing, is like, think about the reason that you follow the people that you follow, and take the advice from people that you take the advice from, and think about yourself as one of those people. Like, why can't you be that person of that niche? Because it makes everything else easier.
You are a polarizing dude, and I mean that as in compliment.
Yeah.
I've having a chat before, like, in a sea of bland, you stick out.
The opportunity over there is much larger because you've got a larger population, but you've also got a lot more competition. So like, you can grow a large business over there just simply because you have a lot more people to serve. That's the big thing. But at the same token, I think Australia, has massive opportunity, and I've met as impressive people in Australia as I have in the US. Regardless if you start a business in the US or you start in Australia, like, the risk is the same, right? It's all relative, but once you hit it big time over there, obviously you've got a much greater scale you can get to versus Australia, where you'd have to start in Australia and then go internationally, where you can start in the US and not need to go internationally because the population is so large. Because I think the really big thing is, like, as you start to build, and Alex said this to me, it's like, as you start to build the castle, you then need to start thinking about the moat around the castle, because it takes one thing to build the business, but then you got to keep that business built. So, Alex said to me, I need to focus heavily on revenue retention. I need to focus heavily on reoccurring revenue, because the reality is there's going to be good times and there's going to be bad times. And when the bad times come, you want to make sure the business is in a position that it can ride through those bad times.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except herpes, that's with you for life. And you know what else is with you for life? The wrong structure. That is the good shit. That is the good shit.